So, guys, listen. This is Wealth Creation, the conversation, the Brown Bag Edition. Every first and third Wednesday, we're here at the Epic Center, and I got my three ladies with me. And you're going to hear me talk about these three ladies a lot more because we're going to bring something to you that can help transform your life. But these are three fantastic realtors. I'm going to ask each of them to introduce themselves. And then we're going to talk about what they have going on and why it should matter to you. We'll start with Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Calloway. I am the co-franchisee owner of Exit Realty Quality Solutions, and I serve as the managing broker and chief operating officer.
Sharon Henry, the other side of the co-owner for Exit Realty Quality Solutions, and I serve as a qualifying broker.
And I am Tori Nutley, and I'm the third half of all of this. And I serve as the team lead at Exit Realty QS.
And now we're going to get started. You guys have created a process, a program to help agents change the speed of wealth creation for their lives, right? Tell us about it.
Yeah, let's start.
Okay. So we came up with this idea because we were in the situation that it just felt like a hamster wheel over and over and over, right? And the income was going in and out, in and out. The dip was crazy. So we created this program called 100K in 100 days. And what that basically is we give you a systematic way to create income that it's not like dipping in and out. You have structure for 100 days. We tell you exactly what to do. And if you do it the way that we tell you to do it, you will make 100K in 100 days.
You know, I think that's within itself powerful because I lost a good friend because he told me he wanted to make 100K in a year. And I'm thinking, no, I need to make 100K now. You know, it's a mindset thing.
Yeah.
And the idea that I can make 100K in 100 days, that's basically
90 days. Right.
yes, 90 days, pretty much. But it's also like that theory of how do you create $1 million with the concept of a penny? You know, if you're not familiar with the penny concept, Google it. But today you got a penny, tomorrow you got 2, the next day you got 4, then 8, then 16, and 32, then 64, and 128, and 256, and so on. It's a compound process.
Yes.
And so what you're saying is that using the appropriate information, consistently
Yes.
training, that you can earn $100,000 in 100 days.
Yeah, we teach you how to do that because what happens is that in those 100 days, we give you a system. We give you a formula, a recipe.
Proven recipe.
Day in and day out, you're told what you need to do because there is a journey and it's a system. So it's not like we're going to tell you, oh, it's 100K in 100 days. We give you the mindset. You're just thinking it's going to be real.
No.
You actually have to perform. So we give you the steps of what to perform, what to do, and then it's a proven system. We have a track record on it. Absolutely have it. We have 3 major components that must be done parallel simultaneously. And if you just do the work, it's going to happen.
Action influence.
Action, that's right.
You know,
That's
that's
right.
something I use in one of my books, Wealth Creation Now. We talk about action influence.
Yes.
You know, if you want something done, then you influence what you want done by taking action.
Yes.
You know, most people wait till something happens and then they take action.
No, it's
right?
proactive.
You have to be creative.
Yes.
You have to do the work. So Tori, tell us, is this for any agent? Can any agent do this? I'm green. I just got my license. You know, my broker's not necessarily giving me the education that I need. You know, can I do this?
Well, I'm going to say yes and no. The yes is that yes, it's meant for anyone that can do it. So when you're right out of school, I just got my license this morning. I need to get started with my real estate business.
Yes.
Absolutely. I've been in the business for a couple of years. I have not seen any really progression. Can I restart myself?
Yes.
Yes. I'm seasoned in the business. I want to grow. I want to elevate my career. Can I do this? Yes. So that is the yes part. What it's not for, though, is for the person that do not, like Michelle and Sharon have stated, do not want to follow a system. Because anybody can go out there and get a license. But if you're not coachable, if you don't have the mindset of growth, if you don't have the initiative, because you got, like you said, creative, if you don't have the initiative to want to be more and do what you need to do to make yourself a sustainable, profitable business as an individual, then it's not for you.
Yes.
So, yes and a no. You can't do both.
You know, in my recent release book, The Focus, right, I talk about something called intentionality. You have to be intentional to be intentional. You have to have intentionally be intentional to be able to meet your intended goal. It's not just something, I'm going to do this.
Right.
No, it's a process.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just like losing weight.
Just like losing weight. But,
Right.
well, don't say that, Cheryl.
Don't say that.
Because when you use that terminology, that sounds like I got to let something go.
You do have to let something go
You do.
in order for this to work,
Well,
Rob.
because you have to release
Yes.
old habits and be willing to take on new habits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're
you
releasing old habits and developing new habits, and the habits are day in and day out, giving you the tasks that you need to do, and you will have new habits. And it's a success habit.
Right.
It's a habit of success.
When
So
you
it's a
finish
mindset
90
shift.
days. Yes.
Yeah.
So, based on what Tori said, then I'm an agent. The most I've ever made in a year has been $20,000, $30,000. And I've applied myself. I did all the work. I followed systems before. It just never did it. And so you're telling me now, if I followed this system,
Yes.
right, in 100 days, I can make $100,000.
Yes. And I'm going to say something to that because the person that probably made $20,000, they did not follow a direct system. They did not.
They didn't.
They probably did that with their own
Grit.
their own skills, their own talents, whatever they,
Their friends and their
Whatever
family.
they may
that
have
trust them. Yes.
internally. That's how they make that $20,000. But that agent that's making 100,000, 200, 300, 500,
Consistently.
consistently, month after month, year after year, a predictable income.
Yeah.
Trust me, they was following a
Yes.
strategic system,
Totally.
day in and day out.
Yes.
That person that made $20,000, $30,000 did not follow that.
Yeah, no, they threw something up against the wall or whatever, bounced back is what you receive.
So I'm a broker listening to you three saying to me that my agents can take your program and learn to do something that I was unable to push them toward.
So let me stop right there.
Yes, right there.
Look, stop right there. You see how they
You
back?
stop. I lean back and
Time out.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
because people have been calling, right? And to make it very, very clear, yes, since we launched it, this program is not for sale at the moment. At the moment, our coach feels that we should be selling the program because people have been calling from all over the country, not only here in Atlanta, right? But this program was designed for QS, for our agents, okay? Am I thinking about this because other people have been calling? Yeah, but in this quarter, no, okay? So right now, as of today, this program is just in-house. Will we launch it the next quarter? I'm thinking about that, okay? Because when we got into real estate and when we chose the company that we chose, we did that for a reason. And we can support other agents in other states.
Yes.
We're not just here in Georgia. We have Exit Realty is all over, right? So if you find an Exit Realty wherever you are, California, Canada, wherever, and you are part of Exit, okay, we can still support you as a part of the QS team. We can still support you and you can get our program. but it's not for sale. There's not a price tag on there yet. It will come next quarter, okay? But that's where we are right now.
Okay. You know, you're familiar with John Maxwell.
Very.
Many years ago, being in personal finance and wealth creation, I have to study many different sources.
Correct.
And John Maxwell was one of the resources that I studied. And he had created many years ago a product that was designed for the real estate market, that he put it out and he took it back, right? But I captured it before he took it back.
Okay.
And what I learned from that was it was a coachable product that actually taught leadership
Right.
in that space,
Yeah.
so that you can become a better steward, a better agent, a better person, because there's so many different elements that you have to learn, right? And dealing with how you deal with people.
Right.
Like, here's something for all real estate agents to know. A sale is always made at the conclusion of a conversation. Either you convince me that I'm going to buy this, or I convince you that I'm not. So that's a process.
Yeah,
so when you enter into something, having that understanding, having that predictable end, because you guys are saying in 100 days, $100,000, that's a predictable end.
Yes.
Right.
That's an intended asset allocation of your skills, your talents, your abilities to earn money and create wealth.
So here's three things, three major components. First of all, you have to expose yourself, and that's your branding. That's number one. You have to be able to create your leads, your business. And then you have to get out of the mindset of a transaction and get into the mindset of a relationship. And so you make your fans. And if you have those three components working as a ball simultaneously, you are going to win. The problem is that most of us may have one happening while the other isn't happening. One element up, two elements down, two elements up, one element down, but all three up in the air. That together is going to be your recipe at the same time. Do we know this for a fact? We do. Have we had people that literally didn't even have their license, were just going to school to get their license, come out and follow the plan and be successful? Absolutely, more than once.
Yeah.
So, but all the balls have to be up in the air. This is why it's a triangle. You got to have the 100 days, every single day, a different component is being reinforced in your life.
But you know what, Rob, I just want to mention something too, right? So the national average at the National Association of Real Estate Brokers and actually NAR, right? So NAR, their stats, okay, is that an average African-American agent,
Tell that number.
makes $12,000
Yes.
a year.
12,000.
That's what they said.
12 to 14. So let's be absolute. So they won't say that we misquoted. 12 to 14.
It's crazy to me, right? Because you can't sustain yourself. So even because people come in, they're like,
No, Sharon, that's two closings. And y'all that are real estate is, so we can make it very plain. They get an average of 2 closings a year. And we all know people who are in real estate that are doing what? 2 closings a year.
right.
Okay.
And then the average altogether, whether you're African American or just altogether, the average is 8 closings
Yes.
a year.
Yes.
Okay? Right?
So that's about $40,000. Let's make that into a number.
Right. So my thing is, because people have been calling and texting and they're like, can y'all guarantee that? I'm going to tell you something. If you're already making $20,000 and you're making 40, and by the time the 100 days is finished,
And you're doing all the work.
but you made 50,000, wouldn't you have done better than you did before? If you happen to make 75,000 in 90 days, wouldn't you have done better than you did before
In a whole year.
in a whole year? That's my question.
All right, stop. Time out. I want to use the penny theory. I already gave you some of the numbers, right? Start today with a penny, Tomorrow you double what you had the day before. So I go penny, 2 pennies, 4 pennies, 8 pennies, 16 pennies. At some point, the compound interest at 100% is going to become undoable. But if you were able to do that in 30 days, you can have well over $1 million. That's a guaranteed fact using compound interest at 100% every day for 30 days. In this story, well, you don't have that capacity. But what if you can use 30 weeks? What if you use 30 months? You can still reach a goal far more substantial than just what you normally do.
What you're currently doing.
And the process is learning how to be consistent.
Yes.
Having
Keyword.
having the slight edge
Yes.
of how you changing the dynamics of what you do.
And so here on that same principle,
I just cheated. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
so the average sales price, $350,000. Average commission, 3%. So we're looking at about $11,000 commission. And you should be doing 3 transactions a month. So you should be doing, what's that? $33,000 in commission a month. Yes. 3 deals. That's what we're talking about. And in 3 months' time, that's what? 100,000.
But the market right now.
Oh, let's
The market.
Let me tell you something. The market is hot. The market is hot. As a matter of fact, we have what, 2.5, 3 months of inventory. So we definitely have people that are buying every day, and we have construction that's happening. So the market is hot. But let me just say this: one part of the 3, we call it a 3-leg table, and we were saying the third piece is creating repeat business, right? And so you had the first month, you have your 1 client. But you learn to get that 1 client to give you another client. So now the next month here's your compound. I have 1 client this month. I get another client the second month, but the client I had the first month, who's satisfied because I'm giving them great customer service, because all these things have to work together. Now they send me a referral because they become a fan. Because I kill myself to make them content. So not only did I have their referral the second month, but I also have my new client that I'm still creating new business for. So I had 2. Now I had 2 clients the second month. Each one of them is going to give me a referral. Because why? I'm going to give them 100% of the best of me. Now I'm going to get another client the third month, plus I have the 2 referrals from the previous month. So I have already, 6 clients.
But in
So we're not
addition,
teaching, let me just say the word, we're not teaching transactional.
we're teaching relationships.
And that's the big
Yeah.
difference.
But also, right?
And we know how to
when
teach you that.
You have all of that going on. You've got the back end
Oh, yeah.
that supports, okay? Because that's the part that we tend to miss.
Yes.
When Tori was talking earlier, that's the part that most of us in real estate, because I've been in the game now for 20 years, and the systems, okay? If you're just going and blowing, moving and shaking,
Yeah.
because anybody can sell a house. You can sell
Oh, yeah.
100 houses a year.
Yeah.
Because somebody might be listening and they're like, oh my God, 100,000, that's nothing. We do that in a month.
Yeah.
Okay? But guess what? You did this month, and maybe next month, and then the third month, the well is dry. Why? Because you didn't have the back end system.
Yes.
And you didn't have the support behind you to do that. Okay? When I got started, I was rookie of the year. I was winning all these awards. I was coming home with $250,000. Coming home with $250,000 a year. So it was I was looking at people when they were saying, "Oh, real estate agents ain't making no money." I was like, "What is wrong with y'all?" I made the $1 Million Club the first year, which, by the way, the $1 Million Club
Doesn't mean you made $1 million.
means that you made $30,000 in real estate.
Yes.
Okay, so when everybody talking about, oh, they made the $1 Million Club and they're doing all this stuff,
Do that.
whatever. Okay, the only thing that impresses is 2 things: the people that don't know the definition of that, okay, what that $1 Million Club thing is, and the IRS start looking at you.
It's like a bestseller. And me being an author, I'm not hating on nobody, but,
And we're not either.
You know, once you understand the dynamics, you could become a bestseller in any category.
Right.
You just have to be different in that particular category
That's right.
and sell that 2 books more than anybody ever sold in that particular
Oh,
category.
that's
And you're a bestseller.
Right.
But
On Amazon.
yes, oh yes. But as we wrap this up, and you know, we want to talk about the program and what you got next for the program, but what would you say, not just to the agents right now, because I think a disservice that agents are responsible for every day of their business. Now, I'm not talking about anyone here present. I'm talking about as a whole. I don't know if agents say this part loud enough. If you are renting, you are still paying a mortgage
Yes, somebody else.
for someone.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just not your mortgage.
Right.
yours.
Right.
For them to own.
Yeah.
For them to own.
Yeah.
And I think when individuals understand that, because there are so many people that are capable of buying and owning
You do not know.
and don't even realize, well, you know, I can't afford it. You're paying $1,800 for a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
That is a $300,000 home
Right. So true.
with change back.
Yeah.
So part of our program is really about reminding the agents how to be client-centric because of the fact that and how it makes sense in your business. So we constantly deal with the person that never thought they could own a property,
Yeah.
that were renting people's houses, not apartments, for 10, 15 years, paying that mortgage for the person that owns the house. Being married maybe 25, 30 years themselves, never owned. We are constantly working with those families, showing them, walking them down the path, the journey towards home ownership. So that may start from everything from our financial literacy to credit restoration, to budget management, to savings, all of those things. And it has taken a couple of years for some people, some are less. Yes, we do this on a regular basis, like probably 75% of our clients are people who never thought that they could own. And when we're giving them the keys to the house, they're like, oh my God, now they want to begin. And we work with them in post purchase on how to continue to save and budget, because now they want to think about maybe they want to start a business, maybe they want to do investments. But we literally, that part of the 3-legged table is because this is where you're not transactional. If you're transactional, you don't have time to show people how they could become homeowners. If they're not ready today, you're gonna move on.
In your pipeline for you to close.
You don't make a pipeline.
So ladies, we're gonna stop this right here because
We're going too deep, huh?
Yeah. I think we're giving them a lot of information. And see, here's the thing: we're gonna cut the cameras off shortly, and we're gonna continue what we're doing here among ourselves and the other people that's here in the audience. That's why you should be here sometimes.
Right.
You know.
Next time.
And the other piece is, what's next?
We've got several things going, right? Depending on when they will watch this replay. In September,
Yes.
we have an international class that's coming up, which is on September 28th.
Okay, so
And-
this is going to broadcast within the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Yes, on September 28th, we have an international class that's coming
Tell
up.
them what that means.
That means that you can get certified to be an international agent and help your clients and yourself and your family, because one of the things that we're always thinking about is the clients and helping investors. Us as real estate agents need to become investors ourselves.
Yes.
We need to create wealth and opportunity for our families, right? And leave a legacy, because I don't know about you guys, but I have kids. I don't have any grandchildren yet. Okay. But I want to leave a legacy for my grandchildren and for their children's children. Okay. And with that said, I'm thinking about that now, right? So when I do go to the next time that I go to Dominican Republic, or I go to Mexico and, Jamaica, wherever that is, I have different eyes. Yes, I'm going for the food because I'm a foodie, and the beach, right? But I'm looking at land. Okay. Yes. I'm looking at investment properties. What can I get so that in 20 years, my grandchildren can, continue this legacy? And also write that trip off.
Yes.
Write that trip off.
Go
Right?
to all these countries
Because
and
you're
write it up.
going to see real estate. And what are we? Real estate agents,
But
right?
wait a minute, what about all the places that we rent when we go
When you go,
to these trips?
you can own it. Okay, and let some of your colleagues or whomever, your family members or whomever, they can pay you to stay at the Airbnb or whatever it is that you're purchasing in these.
So let
that
me-
class. Yes.
Now you fraud leaping now.
Yeah.
Just talk about
Yeah,
So the class.
class.
you don't leap.
Yes, you need to go to our website, which is our name. It's Exit Realty QS, and register for the class. And it's on the
Well, let me give them a special treat for those that do attend the class, because people take classes all the time, and it's like the little rah-rah time, and you walk out and you're like, okay, I learned about all this, but I don't really know what to do. That didn't happen in our classes, because we literally have a network that is available to anyone that takes the class to become a part of, that you get that support, that you're getting your step-by-step, your systems, your resources, so that you can implement what you learn in class.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, go to our website.
So that's what's next.
www.exitrealtyqs.com. Go under events. You will see the international class. You will also see how to partner with ERQS. If you see that this 100 days, 100K in 100 days is the right thing for you. So
And follow us on all the social media platforms, and it's the same thing, Exit Realty QS, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, all of the above. Follow it.
And they have become my three ladies. So
3 brown girls.
3 brown girls.
3 brown girls.
That's
Okay.
who we are.
Brown girls, that's what we
All
are.
right, they changed my name. Well, that's their name, so now I'm an adopted. These are my 3 brown girls.
Yes, we are.
All right. I want to leave something with you, though. If your efforts this morning, when you awaken, if your efforts was about today and this month's bills, you're short-sighted.
Yeah.
She talked about legacy and grandkids. You have to be purposeful to think about legacy. Real estate and land is legacy. It's an asset. It's something that you should own. I know Robert Kiyosaki told you that you shouldn't own houses and stuff like that if you're only going to do this. Don't buy that bull. Okay? You need to own land, own homes, own property. And it's something that you can do. So if your mindset was, I got to pay bills this month, that's short-sighted. You want to leave a legacy. You want to leave property, assets to your family. And this is just one way that you begin that process. If you're an agent, take the class. If you're not an agent, try to find out how you can get the information anyway.
Right.
You might want to become one.
Yes.
Yes.
Right? But join the process. Let's change the speed of wealth creation by taking action.